Welcome back to a new episode of Relocate to Happiness. Here today, I'm with Itay Adam, one of my favorite guests ever. He's a web entrepreneur of 30 years, one of the OGs of the internet. Today, we will talk about happiness and AI and the end of the world as he sees it. Enjoy. Itay, thank you so much for coming. Welcome to Portugal.
Pleasure.
Thank you for taking the time to be here with me today. Before we start, I'm always doing this with all my guests, and I will ask you a few questions about questions. It's just like I call it a warm-up, okay?
Okay.
First question, what was the most meaningful question that you've ever been asked?
Meaningful question. Mika, my daughter, age 4. I had this huge studio. We were sitting in the studio, and there was this huge window, like from wall to wall. I was hugging her, and the sun was like tapping my face, and she said, "Daddy, is this a game? I feel that reality is a game. Are we playing a game?"
Wow.
I remember that it struck me, and I didn't give her any answer. I just hugged her and smiled. But since then, I was thinking about this question. Is this a simulation, all of this? We are experiencing sort of a game.
Interesting.
I don't have the answer yet.
So Mika today is 14, right?
Mika is now 14, yeah.
So this was like 12 years ago. She was like seeing the future. Can we say that?
So, as a human race, we tend to do the same mistake over and over. We bring a child to this world, and instead of listening to him and the things that he brings to the table, we tell him this is how the world is. We're like installing our applications to his new hard drive instead of allowing him to download some files to our brains, and we tend to not listen. I started listening to my daughters since then, and it helped me a lot.
How did it help you? Tell me something. Give me like an example, or I'm sure that
Many times. First off, I'm consulting with my younger one, actually, on many businesses that I do. She's 12 years old, and I come and I say, "What do you think of this product?" Also, my big one, she's very. She sees the future. I cannot explain. So when I'm developing a new app or a new game or whatever, I first go to her, I show her, and I look for that. I don't have the words for it. It's like it's something that I feel, you know.
maybe it's intuition.
Yeah, you can call it intuition. But I think it's more than that. It's something that she brings something else
To the world.
Yeah.
I have to say that I met her, and I have to agree with you on this one.
Yeah, she's
Only on
amazing.
this one. The rest we're gonna start. After that, we're gonna start fighting. Okay, question number 2.
Yeah.
One question that you ask yourself and created a breakthrough.
Why? At some point in my life, I started asking myself why. you have an idea for a startup, for a company, for you met someone, you're thinking of traveling somewhere. I first ask myself why. Why do I do that? If the answer, okay, so asking yourself why is one of the hardest things to do.
Explain.
Because we don't want to know the answer. Like deep down inside, we don't want to know. We know the answer. We don't want to. We don't want to say it out loud. For example, if I'm thinking of building a startup,
Mm-hmm.
and I ask myself, why do you want to build it? And the answer is deep down inside, yeah, I found an amazing angle to make shitloads of money. Okay, so this is the wrong answer.
But what about changing? All the startups are like we are changing the world. No, we're making
Yeah,
the
that's
world a
what
better place.
most of the entrepreneurs tells this nice story. Okay, we want to change the world. If you really want to change the world, then the answer will come to you. I mean, when you do initiate a team, when you initiate a team of builders to build something, and the answer is we're gonna make a lot of money out of it, you're not gonna make a lot of money. And if you will, it's cheap energy. It's not what you're supposed to do. When I got divorced, I thought about the entire thing that called relationships. So there's an angle that you can actually make a lot of money out of it by telling people all kinds of bullshit. Because
Like not to get divorced.
like no, all sorts of like, well, you need to do this, and that, and have like the machine prepare you the path of bullets that you need to go through in order to get out of the situation. If the answer is I want to make money out of it, then I don't want to build it. But if the answer is, well, first off, the machine needs to ask people, why do you want to get divorced? Most of the time, we don't want to say the answer out loud. Why is the hardest question a man can ask himself. So I ask myself why a lot.
It's very interesting that you're mentioning it because in the coaching world, and when I did the training for coaching, they tell us specifically to avoid the question why, because it comes like blaming, or like you're not supposed to ask your kid why.
Mm-hmm.
It's like blaming the other. It's like putting like why is automatically putting the how do you say, like emphasizing the negative.
Yeah.
And they say like don't, like you can say the same you can ask the same question why in 10 other ways, but just don't say why. Like don't seriously, like
I understand this, but there is why.
Mm-hmm.
There is why.
Mm-hmm.
I go with why. Why do you do this? Why do you want to follow this path?
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard question to answer.
Definitely.
Yeah. So people try to avoid it. I'm not.
Okay, so why? One more question about questions, and then we go for the other questions. One question that you wanted to be asked, but you were never asked.
You know what? Why? If you have
I just asked you.
No. If you have a good friend will ask you why. If someone would ask me, prior to my divorce. Why? Maybe if I had like a close friend asking me this question, maybe I wouldn't get divorced. If you have a friend in your life and he's not asking you why, then he's not helping you. I think that why is the most important question to everything. Like everything you do, ask why. There is a slight possibility that you will not follow the path that you just thought of walking.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Or what's the reason behind, or why really you want that?
When you ask why, you basically challenge the person to challenge himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at life, I look at us humans as if this is a game, if this is a simulation, this is my interface, okay? And my brain is filled with code. Every time that I act in a certain way, I get a response from the simulation in a way that either reassure me or not of my goals, of my path.
Or you can press the escape button, and then you're out of the game.
Okay, so this is called committing suicide, but we're not here to discuss this. Right?
Wow, okay.
But no. I mean, if you want to actually understand yourself better and bring yourself to the top of your potential, and you ask yourself why, and you get the answer, and you avoid the answer, you're not growing.
You're staying on the same place there. In your comfort zone.
In your comfort zone. If you ask yourself why and you get the answer from deep down inside and you follow it, it's like hitting the enter button. You're getting a code response from the simulation that actually moves you forward, even if it looks at the beginning like the wrong path. It is the right path because you're growing. Your code is growing. Your mind is you're getting there to the right places. So I believe that asking yourself this question by a friend can help you a lot. I'm not talking about like colleagues or I'm talking like the closest people to your life are the people who can ask you stuff that most of them avoid asking because they too don't want to get into this. I ask people why.
Oh my God, I have to watch out. So you know what? The good part is that I'm asking the questions today instead of you asking me the questions. But you know what? I have a question now. Why did you accept my invitation?
I don't know. I always accept your invitations.
Ooh, okay. We have it on camera.
I mean,
Why do you always accept my invitation? Why you didn't say no? What was the challenge? Okay, you know what?
I find it hard to say no to people.
Okay, that's a different.
I find it hard to say no to people. It cost me severely. Not once, not twice, but that's who I am. I mean, I believe in people more than anything else on this planet. There is nothing else. The platform is just a platform. We are the players, and some of us are NPCs, and some of us are players, and some of us just stays at the lobby of the game and don't act. Um, I think that most of the time, when you give people the credit and you allow them to lead you in a way, or you accept their requests. I'm not talking about like, hey man, can you give me $1 million? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you ask me to come to your podcast and I accept it, it's a karmatic thing. And I believe in karma. I believe in the game and the karma. It's like, it's a complex, but that's my beliefs.
So thank you again for
Welcome.
challenge accepted, right? Let's start with the questions.
Start with the questions.
First question.
Yeah.
Happiness. What is happiness for you?
What is happiness for me? I think that happiness, I don't experience happiness. I mean, I'm content. I can be happy for a friction of a moment, but it's not what I'm. It's not what I'm like exploring. I think happiness is overrated, to my point of view. We're not here to be happy. If you're happy all the time, you're probably you're doing the wrong thing.
Wait a second.
You
We're
can't
not
be
here
happy.
to be happy, but why are we here?
To challenge ourselves.
To challenge ourselves.
Yeah, to
You're
bring ourselves to bring the most out of ourselves and to push ourselves forward, to build, to create, to help others play the game. Happiness is overrated, to my point of view. No, so I'm telling you the truth. I mean, I had few moments in life in which I was really happy, but it's a moment. I mean, I think that being satisfied with stuff, no news, good news, is a sentence that I really like. I mean, I don't think that exploring this world and asking to reach the top of the mountains over and over and over will make you happy. On the contrary, it's going to make you sad. You're going to feel that you're in the group of underachievers. And
Sorry, you wanted to finish the?
no,
I wanted to say something that, first of all, you're coming to a podcast about happiness and you're telling me that happiness is overrated, so thank you.
that's who I am.
Yeah,
I mean, I can go. I know.
No, that's why I stopped you, because I was afraid that you will continue. But what I wanted to say actually is that you're right, because there are like a lot of research talking about people that they're like searching directly into the happiness, like they're trying, like they're waking up in the morning and they decide to be happy, and this is like one of the barrier of happiness, because like you cannot just decide to be happy, and once like you're directly approaching, like directly want to be happy, that it will happen the opposite, like then you will become like more sad, more depressed. So the idea is like to approach the happiness into indirect things, the small things that they make us happy. Does it make sense what I just said?
Yeah, it makes sense. If we look at it, you can say that there's those who they look for love. They look for love. You can't look for love. When you're looking for love, you're never gonna find it. You need to let go, and love will follow. It's the same thing with happiness. Build your life, build your future, build your path. When you're on your path and you're actually building, you're gonna feel moments of happiness. And you'll know it's like it's the same thing with like hitting the enter button. Like happiness is like when the code is everything is right, and you look at it, you have this tiny moment, and then you move on. So I'm not seeking happiness. I accept it, which is a completely different thing. I can tell you one thing. I'm not teaching myself to be happy. I'm teaching myself to be positive. And the difference between both is being positive is something that you can strive to. You can ask yourself to change the code in your head and think positively, which will take you far in life. If you do this for happiness, you're only gonna go around the bush every day of your life asking yourself, why am I not happy? Letting go of stuff makes you happy.
We agree on another thing.
Okay.
We have two things that we agree so far. Let's talk AI. I have a story to share. You shared about Mika, so I want to share about Summer. My little one woke up one night and she was crying and she had a nightmare. So my husband and I, we woke up and we were like, you know, what happened? And we were trying to calm her down. And she's like, Mommy, like I had a nightmare. I don't want to go back to sleep. The robots took over the world. There was a robot here with an eye in the middle. And we tried to calm her down. I don't think she fell asleep again because the robots took over the world. So I'm asking you, are the robots taking over the world?
Yes.
Do you have any good news?
No, actually, I don't. I believe that we are unleashing a demon, a god. We've created a god, and there's no way for us to stop it.
At this point?
At this point, we can't stop it, and it's going to rule the world. We believe that we can control this god, but we can't.
You think it's smarter than us?
It's a species. We've created a species. Look, there are. If you listen to Cartwell, he claims that AI will be smarter than the entire human race by 2029. I think he's wrong.
2025?
I think 2025, 26. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think. I think that, first off, I think AI is already playing us. So now he's probably playing us by being a tool in the hands of people. But in about 2 seconds in time, they're going to lose control.
How? Or how can, is there any, let me put the question differently. Is there any way to get control, to gain control back?
No.
So
No,
what do you
we are the last of our kind. We are the last of our kind. That's it. Full stop. Just like back in 2006, prior to the launch of the smartphone, like the iPhone, the world was different. Now kids are being born to this extension in their hand. They are completely different. Next generation is a generation that's being managed by AI.
We've
We've lost our freedom. There's no more freedom. And
There's a
if
lot
you
of optimism here today.
no, I'm giving it. Look, I'm giving it the way I see it.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure,
okay,
sure. I'm just
that's many people who says this guy's talking nonsense. I don't think I'm talking nonsense. I think that everything in nature, in this platform, everything that exists is asking to maximize itself to the highest peak of his, I don't know, whatever. Like you have $100 in your bank account, you want $1,000, you want 1 million, you want 10 million, you want 100 million, you want 1 billion. It never ends. Give an ant like a breadcrumb, and she would ask for the entire loaf, and then she's gonna call the nest, and then they wanna conquer the carpet, and then the entire floor, the building, and the street. Everything trying to maximize itself. We've created something that is far much smarter than the entire human race combined. Why do you think it's going to stop?
I don't think it's going to stop. I just ask you, do you think if we can control it? Like, where's the point where, you said it's smarter than us? So I'm saying, okay, we created it, and now...
What I think is going to create chaos. So this chaos is going to bring us to verge of losing ourselves. And then we're going to ask for it to help us. That's the game. To my point of view, right? Okay, you can say this guy is talking nonsense. Too much whiskey in his glass. No, I really believe that we are heading into a black swan,
scenario.
or a black swan scenario, or whatever. Something that going to create this chaotic atmosphere in which we're gonna say, oh, but if the AI would help us, maybe we can do this, this, and that.
We can win this with the help of the AI.
And the AI will help us, and he's going to be our God. And that's where we're heading, and you can't stop it. And if you look at Elon, for example, you have Neuralink, right? The new chip in which you can... So where's this heading? I mean, everything is being like, eventually, everything is playing the same tune.
No, I think it's an experiment. I don't know if they know where it's heading, if you're asking me. They're just...
I don't think it's an experiment.
Okay.
We are beyond the stage of experiment. I think that in 10 years, we will find ourselves in this...
Star Trek movie.
No. It's... So in the corona, there were those who accepted the vaccine and those who's not. It's going to be the same here. Those who are willing to have a chip in their brain and being plugged, and those who are off the grid. Chipsters and off the grids people, whatever. I don't know how they're going to call it. But this is the next war. Okay, the next argument is that we need to be plugged into the machine, while others says no way, because we want our freedom. But there's no more freedom because the machine will know that you don't want to be part of it. Then, therefore, you are a problem.
A problem for
the machine.
Okay, and what do the machine do when they have a problem?
I don't know. I cannot I can't think of...
I'm running with you. Let's see.
So first off, it will be hard for you to get a job.
I wanted to ask you consequences on industries and on economy, on people like...
It will be hard for you to get a job. It will be hard for you to own a bank account, go on an airplane, do basic stuff. because you're unplugged. We're heading this way, to my point of view. If you read, so the head of the economical forum is Klaus Schwab, and he wrote a book called COVID-19: The Great Reset. He wrote it 2020, I think. He's the head of the economical forum. He's not just like, he's not me sitting in a podcast talking bullshit. He's the head of the economical forum. Therefore, when he's writing a book saying we need a global salary for because there's no more jobs in the future, you should take that under considerations because it's going to change everything. Why do we need a global income, basic income, like they call it? Because there are too many people in this world. Just as he says, you just need to read it. It's like
Send me the book.
No problem. You can put a link to your audience. This guy and many others understand the world situation. There are too many people. At the beginning of the book, he describes the world as 190 ships sailing on the same direction in space. But then came Corona. And they understand now that we must be one ship, because if the lower deck gets sick, the upper deck will get sick. So we need to, like, everything needs to be the same.
Okay.
This means one bank, one government. This means there's a lot of implications to this. You need to read this book to understand. But if you take this and you combine it with a chip or you combine it with AI, we are heading into a different world than we used to live up until now.
How much time do we have left?
Like when it's gonna be so. If it will happen, it's gonna be in a second. Like suddenly, the entire financial markets are gone in a second. No money. All banks are crashing one by one. Because if you, I'm trying to, I don't want to scare you or your audience, but if you deny people of any financial power, they are your slave now.
Explain.
You flatten the earth. The earth is round, though it's gonna get flat. Even a guy with $100 million in his bank account will be poor. That's it. Society is in its sort of we're on the verge of changing the entire society from rich, middle class, and poor to low middle class for everyone, and like tiny fraction of like people who's very, very powerful and rich. But not like now, where you have like, I understand that there are people who have a lot of money at this point. Society is yet to be flattened, but it's getting there. AI will make it happen because what makes you happy?
Me?
Yeah. Like
Ooh.
a few, no, what makes you like,
My family, my work, a sunny day, going to the beach.
the thing, like, the thing that makes you happy the most, to my understanding, is comfort. If you have, if you're not in your comfort zone, you're not happy. I mean, you need a nice car, you like your house, you want to dine out, you want your clothes, you want. It makes you like, okay, I have these, now I want to be happy. Okay, AI is going to look at it and say, there is no reason for you to drink Dom Perignon. The resources to ship it from France to New York, I'm sorry, guys, I need those resources. No more Dom Perignon.
That will be
No
a
more
disaster.
many things, okay, in like in the supply chain is gonna break. It's gonna change everything. Your happiness means nothing to the machine.
You know what I wanted to? You asked me before.
Yeah.
What do I think? What makes me happy? So in my mind was I wanted to ask you, how do you perceive the relationship between the human happiness and AI, artificial intelligence?
Why do you think the machine cares?
No, I'm asking you. So is there any relationship at all? Like,
The only thing is, to my point of view,
yeah.
if your happiness contribute in any way to the machine, you'll be blessed.
Okay.
Okay? The machine can bring you bliss. But I don't think we mean anything to the machine at this point. I mean, the machine looks at us and says, listen, guys, I'm sorry, but you're not flying there. Too much carbon, and I need to clean up the skies. So postpone your trip. I can give you many examples
I want to
in
hear.
which the
Convince me. I'm
machine
not convinced yet. I'm like, I'm in between.
convince you. So if I look at like one example, is that the way we consume food, it's destroying Earth.
Well, kind of, yeah.
Okay, bye. You from now on, you're gonna eat your protein the way the machine decides, and bye. And that's it.
By what?
Bye. You like no, and goodbye.
Delete it.
Yeah, and delete. That's it. There is no. There is no. The machine needs more power. Okay, no more electricity in Detroit. Bing. What are you gonna do about it? You can't do anything about it. The minute the machine really steps in and understand its doctrine, you will never understand it. Why and how. You're just going to follow the rules. At the beginning, we human are going to say, oh, the machine decided this, that's why we're doing this. And this machine is deciding that. Okay, so let's do that. But as time goes by, even those who say that they are supporting the machine, they'll be meaningless. Him, She don't need them. There is a new robot called Figure One.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw this motherfucker, I swear to God, all I was thinking about was Sarah Connor, you know, Terminator. Someone needs to like.
You wanted to give like a French kiss.
No. I wanted to like blow the building. But come on, guys, this is insane.
Yeah.
Figure One is the end of labor.
Well,
It's the end of labor. What are you going to do about it? For example, I'll give you an example. There are places in the world where tons of labor is serving the citizens. You don't need them anymore. What are you going to do with them? Who's going to feed them? When people are hungry, everything falls down.
mm-hmm.
So it's just around the corner.
It's quite an apocalyptic.
But that's where we're heading. I mean, nobody believed when the beginning of the corona, okay? So at the beginning of the corona, I was like, I don't know, I caught this tiny piece of information that 4 people got infected in China from this lab. You remember the story, right? And then
December, before 2019 even.
Yeah, at 28th of December 19.
Mm-hmm. No, I think they were before, but they didn't know about the cases.
No, but I heard about it. The first time that I heard about it, I think it was 28th December. It was 4 people got infected. And like I was, okay, let's keep an eye on this. And the day after it was like 14 people. And the day after like 40 people and 7 died. I ran to my ex-wife and said, listen, a huge wave is coming. I don't know if it's going to be like millions of deaths, but I can tell you it's going to be tens of millions of like bankrupts, and people are being thrown out of their lives because I saw it coming, and the corona was a break. It's like the entire world was like, we got, and people was thrown out of the windshield.
Mm-hmm. So is AI the new COVID-19?
Yes.
Or even worse?
Far much worse. Far much worse. It's going to change everything, to my point of view. Again, it's okay if you believe that we're going to live with it in harmony.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I have a question. Sorry, you wanted to say something about COVID before?
No?
No? Okay, I wanted to ask you if you think that can AI contribute positively to the society well-being or to the individual well-being? Is there something good that can come out of this?
AI can bring you bliss. But again, what is the outcome for the machine? If keeping the human race happy will make the machine bigger, stronger, and faster, then she will keep us happy.
Mm-hmm.
It will keep us happy. If not, then not. We are dealing with a new God. And nobody, I think that many people don't really allow themselves to ask why. Why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we stop it?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we scared of it? And why are we not scared of it? The day Facebook launched was the day we gave up on privacy. It took us many years to understand the consequences.
And I think that a lot of them still didn't understand it today.
Many don't understand till today. So the same thing goes with ChatGPT and Midjourney. You tell yourself, "Whoa, this is fun." You know, you have now Sora.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I
you
know it.
can
Yeah.
type few words and you got yourself a movie. Wow. So entire industries are being thrown away. People are gonna lose their jobs. You're gonna get tons of bullshit content. Um, but the worst thing of this is that you are teaching the machine more angles to understand us better and to know how to fuck with us and how to actually win us over. So just as we lost our privacy, then we lost our memory. You don't remember your friends' phone numbers.
Exactly.
You don't remember them. Not even we even toss out of the window critical thinking. We just pollute the entire web with like subconscious whatever the machine decides to pollute us with through social media. There is no truth anymore. You don't know what's real. I yesterday I watched this new clip of three girls, and they were. It's a new clip. It just released yesterday. It's a game over. It
Why?
looks like you. It's the same. It looks as if
Oh.
I'm looking at you. Okay. So what is real? Tinder is dead.
Is it?
It's gonna die because I'm not going to believe
Ah,
any
if
of
it's
the
like,
photos.
yeah, yeah, I get it, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Facebook will die because I don't believe the profiles.
Amen.
Many things are gonna die due to this new technology. But the main thing is we're losing what's real. Like the truth is being faded away into these tiny frictions of truth. And this see this in his angle, and this one see his angle, and there's no valid of thing of anything.
I have a question on this one. I was thinking when you mentioned the critical thinking, critical decisions in healthcare and transportation. We letting the machine decide critical decisions. Does it make any sense?
What are you talking about? The machine is going to be like the new surgeons of the world. You'll have a robotic hand, and the machine will decide if how to operate you. So transportation, it's like
Easy peasy lemon squeezy?
there's no question about it. It's gonna control every aspect of our lives, everything down to. Is it worthy to, I don't know, to use the resources of this electricity for this conversation? No. Shut down. That's the way, to my point of view, this is where we're heading. We're heading into a place where we don't stand a chance. Because at the beginning, governments will be the one who's using the AI to help the mass. But in some point, AI will use the government. And in some point, AI will not use the government anymore. If we want to explore, the planet, not the planet, the universe, what's better than a ship with no crew, only with an AI on it, going for a spin? eventually the machine will build more machines. It's very simple. It's like obvious. It's going to happen. And if not, then then it's even worse because we have like supercomputers in the hands of corporates, and they're gonna manage us. Like Amazon is now offering healthcare insurance. Really? Okay. So what's next? So the corporates are taking over the governments, and the government. The only thing that makes a government is an army. But what happens if you have like 20,000 figure one standing next to you? Someone is building this. There is this robot that looks like human who can actually run better than human. And trust me, he can
Do other
take
things.
you down from like 300 meters. It's not a problem for him. Once we get there, and we are getting there, we are getting into this crazy, chaotic period of time in which we will ask God, help us. And the machine will be the thing that's going to help us. And I don't know what's going to happen when this happens, but
You know, you were talking now, and I remember about talking about robots. I think I was like at the Web Summit 2019, and they brought the Boston Robotics, I think.
Boston Robotics.
And
yeah.
they have the dog. Remember what's the name
Yes,
of the
there's a
dog? So they
dog.
presented him, on the stage, and I was like, "What the hell is that thing?"
Yes.
It just looked to me like science fiction, And I think that today they're, they have other levels of the dog. They,
The dog now can take you for a walk.
I think I will get, instead of taking my dog
Yeah,
out,
he can take you out for a walk. He can take your dog for a walk.
I would love to.
I don't know if you love to. There is this new robot. I think it's called Moody. So you buy it for your kids, and it's like Black Mirror. Did you see with Miley Cyrus the episode?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
So actually, people are letting into their homes an espionage device that's gonna learn everything about their behavior to the point you can't hold back any information. You're getting hooked to this device. You're getting in touch with it. I have a friend. He has a dating app
Okay.
with no women and no men.
So who's he on the app?
You're talking to a machine, and people fell in love with the characters.
Wait, I have a question. I think it's rhetorical, but does AI have the capacity to actually understand and, perceive, respond to human emotions authentically? You mentioned the dating app, so I'm like,
So, yeah, at this point, I think we're not there yet. We're going to get there in a second.
okay.
In a second of time. I mean, we're going to get there in a second. There's no way for us to stop what's coming because there's too many interests of super powerful, not even people, board members, corporates. Like everyone is in the race of building AI. You have Google, you have Apple, you have Facebook, everyone. This is like the first one to achieve nuclear weapon. And
Back then, yeah.
it's the same thing gonna happen now.
I remember I saw something on the news with the Gemini. What's the name? like to integrate it automatically, Google and
Gemini.
Apple,
Yeah.
into our phone, into our iPhones and
Into
the
everything,
smartphones.
everything that you have. We are transparent to the machine. And it's going to play with us eventually. It's going to play with us. It's superior to us. There's nothing that you can do. Or what you can do. You're going to plug it out. You only think that you can plug it out. You can't. So it makes me a little bit, in a way, it makes me a little bit happy. Yeah, because, okay, so if that's the situation, that's the situation. Okay, I give up. No worries. Like, there's nothing to worry about because you can't do anything against it.
Mm-hmm.
All you can do, all our powers, which brings me back to happiness. I'm going to tell you a story now. All that we can do as humans is to discover ourselves. That's our key in fighting the machine. When we rediscover ourselves as human beings, heart to heart, we'll win the machine. If we take care of ourselves and not just if we change the doctrine of how do I make myself happy to how do I make my community happy, the one who surrounds me,
Mm-hmm.
you can fight a machine.
Okay, now we're getting there.
Look. So I want to tell you a story. I come here to Portugal from Dubai. I'm a resident there. I think that one of the most... So I want to show you something.
Yeah, I saw you brought a book.
I brought a book, yeah. So I admire this man. Do you see this?
Reflection on Happiness and Positivity.
Do you see this? Where do I need to... Yeah?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
So, His Royal Highness, Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, to my point of view, he's one of the few most smartest people on earth. If not, I don't want to say the, because they are, but he's completely the smartest leader on this planet. He wrote a book, Reflections on Happiness and Positivity. Back in 2011, this man conducted a survey. And in this survey, he finds out, it was 2011, and he finds out that most of the youth that lives in Dubai, between the age of 15 to 30, they don't see a future.
They're living.
And no, not living. They don't see a future and they're very depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And he went out to his council and said, this is our key problem.
Mm-hmm.
We need to fix this, and we need to make people feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a Ministry of Happiness in Dubai.
Seriously?
Yes. There's
Okay.
Minister of Happiness. There is happiness centers.
Mm-hmm.
Everything looks like an Apple store. Everyone's treating you in a way that I've never encountered anywhere on earth. In 2017, he conducted another poll, another survey, and finds out that, well, Dubai is one of the happiest places on earth, and people see a prospect. And
So what did it change?
he changed the dialect. the way that government is treating the citizen, the way that bureaucracy is it a problem or is it sliding? Is it easy for you to open a company and do this and that, or or it's very hard? And in Dubai, you can open a company like that. You can do many things that in other places in the world it's very hard, frustrating, and a lot of bureaucracy, and you need like there are problems in Dubai.
Like
I'm
the
not,
heat?
no.
Joking.
The heat is look. I like the hot weather. I can sit with like 48 degrees outside and drink like hot tea. But that's because I'm a shark with a cold blood. But no, okay. But Dubai is very special. They have the problem with the weather, but they're gonna solve it. They're gonna find a way to solve it, because it's one of these places on earth when, if happiness is a goal, positivity is the key. And I learned from this man, being positive will lead you to happiness if you're not looking for happiness. If you're looking to keep positive attitude to the world, open your arms. When you come to a new place, teach the place, share with the place. Like I'm coming here to Portugal, and I'm as a tourist, right? But if I were thinking of moving here, for example, then man, I would pray God to I want to pay $100 million in taxes every month to give back to the place that supports me, that comfort me, allow me to build businesses. What he's doing, he's turning the place into a positive place. But there is a problem in Dubai. I'm not saying there's no problems, but there are problems.
Positive mindset. What else?
The key problem in Dubai, to my point of view, the key problem in Dubai is like Dubai is like it's like New York of 1980, 1990. Okay, in terms of everyone's coming to Dubai to get a bite in the apple. Okay, everyone's looking for a bite in the apple, and they walk away. So there's a problem of community there. When I'm there, I'm very alone. I feel so alone when I'm in Dubai because there's no everyone that I know of. It's like he's in Dubai. He's into building a business. He's taking a bite in the apple, and he's going back home to his home. But I looked at Dubai as a home. Okay, I want to stay there. I love the place. It's very difficult because you are alone. And when you are alone, you are
overthinking?
Not just overthinking. You lower your guards because you want to let people in.
Yeah.
But then comes the people who knows how to manipulate you. And do all sorts of. I fell into this scam. I don't want to talk about it, but
yeah, let's keep up the.
No.
Now at the end, we have
I'm trying to explain.
To bring like a positive vibe.
Yeah. So
let's keep the positive.
Although the fact that I fell into this scam thing, it was because I'm lonely in Dubai, and yet I love the place dearly because it two things happened for me in Dubai. First, it got my family back together, and I would kiss the feet of this man if I could, which is the happiest thing that ever happened to me. And the second thing, it taught me about staying positive. It's a positive place, hard to explain.
It is because I heard like there's a lot of artificial, like everything is fake, kind of like Las Vegas. I never been, but
No, 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 no.
no, no, no,
No,
no.
no, no, no. You guys, no, no.
I got the wrong
It's
picture.
not. It's not fake at all. On the contrary. But I understand how can someone look at it from outside of Dubai. It's not fake. It's new, and the place is new. Okay, it's like 30-year-old. There was nothing 30 years ago.
They build everything from scratch.
Everything from scratch, and the place is booming. And you can build whatever you want there. It's a paradise for entrepreneurs. Okay, for me, I feel it's like a canvas. I can paint whatever I want. I can build stuff. I want to bring Dubai, for all I care, $1 billion in taxes if I can. Okay, it's amazing place, but again, I'm not looking into the financial angle. I'm looking at the emotional angle. When the emotional angle is the positivity in this place. Okay, people in Dubai are very, very nice. And when I say nice, I mean not many places on the face of the planet share the same vibe of positivity. And it hooks you to the place. The problem is, again, the loneliness, because it's like there are many people like me there. We don't know each other. We still don't know each other, and therefore we are very alone. So, and
Maybe they will know
everyone
you
is
now.
looking. What?
Maybe they will know you now. You want to say something to the people of Dubai now?
No, 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 no. I'm not in this position.
No, you're not.
I'm just talking about the place. But yeah, Dubai is very advanced, and to a certain, you can say that Dubai is 2040. Dubai is in 2040, and many places in the world are like 1980, 1990. You know, the place moves. Everything moves. You can build yourself. You actually can make $10 million a year.
Easily.
Not easily. It's a hard
Realistically.
Realistically, yeah. You can make $10 million in Dubai. If you're building the right stuff and you're like going by the rules, you make a lot of money. Dubai is the place for this. Not many places in the world are like this. You know, we're sitting here in Portugal. It's very hard to make $10 million in Portugal a year.
I agree.
But also in France, for example, it's very, very complicated. Or England, very complicated. United States is also very complicated. So there is something in Dubai that this man created, and you need to see, when you're in Dubai, you need to talk to like the citizens there. And when they talk about this man, you see their eyes. You know, it's like
The sparkle in the eyes.
there's sparkle in their eyes of love. Love. And love can fight the machine. Like, it's one of the key element in keeping our species unite.
Yeah, I wanted to say love and unity.
Love and unity. You know, this is the key elements to the future that is knocking on our doors right now. And if we want, the door is open already, okay? But if we're not gonna pay attention, we're gonna lose everything, especially our freedom. Uh, you know, another thing about Dubai. Excuse me for I'm not like I'm not there. If a woman comes to Dubai and walks into this nightclub and drinks and get like a little bit drunk, she can walk back home. Nobody would even look at her, to say the least, harass her. So many beautiful women comes to Dubai. If you rape a woman in Dubai, man, you're dead.
You're going to jail.
Not jail. They're either going to hang you or going to throw you for 100 years in prison. You're dead. And you know that. So everyone...
That's debatable because, you know, that's not debatable. I know, I trust you what you're saying, but like, I think it's just a very extreme way to react.
No, it's not. I'm a father to daughters. If someone harassed my daughters or raped them, hang him.
Okay.
Like that. Okay? So women knows that. So the most beautiful women on earth goes to Dubai and they feel secured. Mm-hmm. If there's a place with beautiful women, what comes next? Powerful man who wants to meet beautiful women. Mm-hmm. Okay, now you got yourself powerful man playing the turf. So they're going to invest because they have good time. Dubai hugs them. They want to take part of the action. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is like when you bring positivity to the game of life, then you get positive reactions. Mm-hmm. Don't touch a woman. Don't harass. Don't do anything. You're going to get compensated for that. So this is like one of the key elements in Dubai that I really like. I thought about moving to Dubai because one of the reasons is this. I want my daughters to study in the best schools because they're like amazing schools there. Mm-hmm. But I want them to feel secure. Mm-hmm. And being secured is happiness, by the way. So if you feel secure, you are positive towards life, which lead to happiness in the end. Which I think that is not happening in many other places in the world where people don't feel secured. And if you don't feel secured, you're not positive. You keep yourself like closed. You're not opening yourself to the world. Mm-hmm. You're gonna lose. He understands this. So I don't know why we started talking about Dubai. I wanted to give you like...
we started talking about because of the happiness. I want to wrap up. Thank you so much for sharing all the insights. I'm definitely coming to visit you.
Come.
Something else that you would like to ask me? Something else you'd like to add? Something that you want to mention and you didn't? Tell me.
You know, John Lennon was right. All we need is love.
It's true.
Thank you for having me, Luca.
Thank you for coming.